We're also going to take a quick break, but we'll be right back.
Hello.
Okay.
Okay.
I always forget to take my earrings out whenever we do this. Because the only earrings I have left that don't make my ears go super infected are spike back with butterfly clips. So they stab into my neck. I know, just the most riveting of conversation.
One of these days I'll get my ears pierced.
I always forget you don't.
I don't. I never bothered. Because how I saw my hair always hides my ears.
True.
But, I'm not sure. I don't think I've told you this, but I got a consultation for some FFS.
Nice. Just so you know, we are live on stream.
That's cool.
Okay, I just...
I'm excited.
That's really cool. I'm happy.
It's in October.
What the hell?
What?
I put in my request for my consultation months ago, and mine's in September. And you just
Oh
have
yeah,
to wait.
mine's only a month after.
Yeah, you only have to wait 4 months?
Though
Oh.
I definitely, I wasn't able to get my insurance wouldn't cover any of the ones I wanted, any of the doctors I wanted.
That's lame.
I'm back.
Hello.
They have Sour Patch Kids.
Ooh. Just so you know, we are live, so.
Oh. Oh.
So what I'm basically saying is be sure to eat that directly into the mic.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
I want to hear it.
Will do. Awesome. Okay, here.
I was kidding. Please don't do that.
Sorry.
That's fine.
I formally apologize to everyone. I had to commit to the bit.
Gotta commit
Was I
to the
going to
bit.
have you call
Always
my
commit.
bluff? Definitely not.
Okay, let's get this over. I mean, continue. All right, next up is... Wait, can everyone hear? Okay, yeah, I should be good. Next up is Fefree. No warnings. Ash or Autumn, do you want to take over narrating since I'm doing Fefree?
Sure.
Oh yeah.
I'll let you decide amongst yourselves. No, better yet, go at the same time.
That sounds like it would be a nightmare.
Let's do it.
Okay, let's see how this works.
3, 2, 1.
As you've had
As
occasion to remark before,
Okay, no. This is Audio Nightmare.
Narnia is a
This
dark world.
Okay, Ash has got it then.
Okay.
Well, I mean, unless Autumn wants to go for it.
I don't care. Shit. Alright, so who's doing it?
I mean, I'm fine with doing it, but if you want to, that I am totally fine with also.
I'm fine either way. Joe, pick. Pick who's your favorite. You have to pick right now. Who's your favorite friend?
Both because it's night all day, and because of its hideously brutal society, where the strong prey on the weak and the weak prey on the weaker, and all of this preying ends only when the survivors are shipped out to prey on everything else in the galaxy.
I'll just do it.
Okay.
Alternia's cruelty has been on your mind for a long time, but recently it's begun to feel intolerable. You decided to take a walk in the woods to calm yourself, but it seems that with every step your mood only grows darker, your agitation greater. As you walk, you remember all the names of Alterian friends who have fallen to the planet's injustices, and your mood goes from bad to worse. You've been waiting around like a spoiled, self-centered narrative device for a lightning bolt of illumination to reveal your reason for living. To explain your peculiar and insatiable hunger for friendship, and to show you the destiny attached to it. You think you know who caused this, but why? You've been sitting here like a child waiting for a teacher to explain the answer to a difficult math question. Friska and Terezi are arming up to change the world, and what are you doing? Your usual bullshit. You're thinking, you're navel-gazing. And then, with a sudden blinding clarity, you understand. Friska is right. Terezi is right. The answer is revolution! Who gives a shit? Who cares what some big dumb universe thinks your destiny should be? You'll take Dream Boulder's advice and choose your own fate. Take the answer to the meaning of your life into your own hands. Set your own course. The gods, the fates of the universe, or whatever will have to jump back pretty sharply because your direction is clear to you at last. Your agitation turns to indignation, your indignation to outrage, outrage to anger, anger to fury, fury to ferocity, ferocity to white-hot resolve. The horrors of this planet have got to stop, and you are feeling particularly dramatic today. Doubtless due in part to the shift in narrative tone and general prose quality in this episode. So now is the time.
Oh no, this is an episode that's a multiple of 4.
Uh-oh.
Oh, this is gonna be rough.
Ah, shit.
Alternia's cruelty and violence have upset and shocked you since you arrived. But as more and more of the population suffering under these wrongs have become your personal friends, it has become unbearable. You've been wondering all along who will make it stop. Now you know the answer. If you're the main character, then you have to be the one to get the ball rolling. And you've begun to suspect that you can't die for reasons seemingly tied to your function as a narrative device. So that's a bit of characterization you can bring to bear.
Just so you know, when you're talking like that, whenever you end sentences, there's a loud, like, noise. So maybe move the mic a little away from your face.
I'll try it. Can you still hear me?
Yes, I can still hear you.
Ah! No longer will you linger in the wings, waiting for your narrative to summon you to heroics. With this momentous decision girding you for unstinting efforts, you set your mind to the question of how to accomplish it. You start by making inventory of the strengths and weaknesses you possess and can bring to bear on the task. Strengths 1. Experience drumming up friendship in the most unlikely situations. 2. Ability to travel instantaneously anywhere you want to go. Weaknesses. Everything else. This helpful mental exercise clarifies matters significantly. You see clearly that the only way for a single humble being such as yourself to change Alternia is to directly to the point of maximum leverage. In other words, straight to the top. You'll need both of your resources in this quest. You'll need to travel superhumanly and superluminally into the immediate company of Alternia's ruler and throw your full friendship game on them, with the objective of persuading them to initiate reforms, change rules, and set the planet on a course to civilization. But your darting intellect realizes something else. It won't be easy. The ruler of a world such as Alternia must be a fearsome, fell creature, a monster of no ordinary loathsomeness and cruelty. On Alternia, you've seen gigantic, ravening Luci, genocidal clowns, murderous highbloods, and every kind of grisly crime to a point making belief in Santa Claus almost impossible.
Big Boss will be devastated.
It stands to reason that the leader of such a world must also be the cruelest, gruesomest, most terrifying being of them all. A being of nearly impossible evil. For the first time since this plan caught fire in your mind, a whisper of doubt creeps in. It occurs to you that the most likely outcome of your quest for the reformation of Alternia is a scenario where your internal organs are feasted
Festooned.
Festooned over a wide area. Your eyes pops out of your skull and your brain splattered to a fine mist.
Okay, this is clearly a lie about there being no warnings.
Yeah.
What the hell? Okay, I'm guessing there's gonna be graphic depictions of violence from here on out.
Well, experience suggests that you're non-killable. That sort of thing may offend. Not to mention the excruciating painful.
The first quest.
Oh.
Choice. Let's just give up and have a light lunch.
Yeah. Oh, come on. If you, an indispensable narrative device with nearly superhuman befriending powers and actually superhuman traveling powers, won't try to reform Alternia, who will? Have you no pride, no grit, no old college spirits? Go back and select the right answer.
Okay, I was just curious if it was.
Rada.
I was curious if it was like Aradia, where you have to choose the right answer
Aradia.
much.
Scorning all difficulties, you decide to press on fearlessly with your quest. You gather yourself, consign your soul to heaven or whatever, and prepare for the worst. You close your eyes and think, take me to the brightest, highest being on Alternia. Then you grit your teeth and prepare for the ultimate horror. You feel the familiar sensation of superhuman slash superluminal travel, and the world changes around you, rendering you somewhere else. Somewhere that feels quite different from your previous forest location. Very different, actually. A lot wetter.
Under the sea! Under the sea.
Uh, It quickly becomes apparent that there's good news and bad news. The good news is that instead of an eldritch monster, you've materialized next to a rather pleasant-looking troll girl with fins on her head and wearing goggles and a tiara.
Who's in most of the pride flag. Or the trans pride flag.
The bad news is that you're drowning, as you seem to have materialized in the middle of the ocean.
Yar, club, kelp!
Your own greeting may seem a bit less cheery in that it consists of thrashing wildly, with your eyes bugging out as you fight not to inhale while trying to concentrate on zapping yourself the heck out of here. The troll girl watches in astonishment, but suddenly seems to understand. You see her take a big breath of water through some gills on her neck, and then something starts to come out of her mouth, a bubble. The bubble expands and expands until you feel its boundary break over you, and suddenly you can breathe. You collapse, coughing and gasping onto its floor, which feels like the inside of a huge submerged balloon, yielding but effectively keeping the water at bay. The troll girl sits across from you in the bottom of the bubble, studying you from curiously and anxiously.
Are you okay?
Recovering from your brush with drowning, you're able to notice with relief that despite your conversational quirks, she looks friendly, even glad to see you. You try to say something, but all that comes out of your mouth is water and a sputtering sound.
Okay, so wouldn't wearing necklaces near your gills like that be a really bad idea?
Yeah.
Wow.
Arr, I don't speak whatever language that is. It's very pretty, though.
What? Oh, you know what? Let's keep going. You burp and some water trickles out of your ears.
Arr, sorry, I still don't understand. Do you speak any Alternian?
With a great effort, you gasp, yes. Okay, what is happening here?
Okay, so H's are parentheses, and E's are turned into tridents.
Well, okay, why? With the parentheses, why not have like a dash in the middle?
That's
You know, you make a good point.
That's
It
a
is supposed to. Yeah.
that's a good question. Oh yay! My name is Fafri Pixis.
I don't think it matters. I always pronounced it Pikesies, but
Pikesies.
pretty much any
I
pronunciation is probably true.
used to be able to do a really good Murloc impression. What's your name?
You bubble weakly.
It's nice to meet you, Blub.
You nod politely, expel another half-gallon of water, then weakly say that it's very nice to meet her, too. Not least because if she hadn't been there, things might have gone unpleasant for you.
You're welcome. But what are you doing here? Almost nobody comes this way.
It's not really.
Oh, that's supposed to be me. It's not really on the way to Anemoware anyways. Anemoware. I guess Anemoware? Yeah. Oh, anywhere,
I hate
Anemoware. Got it.
She looks sad when she says it, and you wonder that some poor troll child should be living all by herself, way out in these submerged parts so far from anyone.
How did you manage to appear here now like that? He almost gave me a heart attack.
You tell her you were trying to use some superhuman powers you have to visit the highest being on Alternia. The troll girl seems to perk up at this.
You wanted to come visit me?
You shake your head vigorously to try to get the water out of your ears. The troll girl looks disappointed.
You didn't come to see me?
Yeah, just replace gloves with args.
No, because she was saying Glub, because he thinks Glub's your name. So I'd be it's like, Autumn, you didn't come here to see me? God, anyways.
Oh, to get it.
Yeah. Sorry. It's okay.
You apologize, and you're quite happy to be visiting her. But yeah, you misheard her last remark. You thought she had implied that she was the highest being on Alternia. Just goes to show that how deep submergence and waterlogging can cloud your hearing.
Give me a minute.
Okay.
Jesus Christ, give me a second. Oh no, Glub, you heard me right. I am the highest being of Alternia most of the time, I'm the future Empress heiress to the throne of the Alternian Empire. Empire, which is a great big glubbing pile of whale poop as far as I'm concerned.
Concerned! What? You look around for the multiple razor-toothed, fire-breathing, acid-spitting heads, tearing claws, and bad attitude that you're sure Alternia's highest being must have. But then you start to remember your Alternian social science. You haven't had any formal Alternian education. You're not even sure narrative devices, however indisputable, are eligible to sign up for classes. But you pick this stuff up when you hang around a place long enough. So you know what? The Emperor spends most of her time off planet leading merciless troll hordes in conquest of the galaxy. You also know that there's only ever one other member of her royal Fuchsia?
Fuchsia, that's a color.
Fuchsia. I've never seen that spelled out before. Fuchsia bloodline. The heiress in existence at any time, as long as the Condess doesn't kill her on her rare visits to the home planet, that is. The troll girl glubs sadly, and you realize that being the only fuchsia blood on the planet must be lonely. Not only would you have enough strength to accidentally tear any troll who visit you limb from limb without noticing, but you've heard some sinister things about the heiresses Lucis. Something about it being the size of a continent, hungry as the void of space, and evil as the hell devils go to if they're bad devils. Something that might discourage casual visits by friends who don't want to double as snacks. But at the time, you wonder that such a seemingly agreeable and sensible troll as this girl could preside over such a grindingly horrible planet as Alternia. How could she live with herself? Does she even know what goes on outside her insular little ocean? But you put all that aside for now. Here you are, right where you wanted to be when you made your master plan for Alternian reform. You haven't been devoured, dismembered, or decapitated, and the person you wanted to persuade seems eminently persuadable. Not to mention friendable. So you're ahead of the game so far. Time to take full advantage. Your Royal Highness, you began.
Call me Fef, Blub. That's a much friendlier to be on a fish name basis. And I'm so happy and excited to have another friend, Yar.
Perfect. Phase 1 of your plan seems to have practically accomplished itself. But there's no time to waste as the air in the bubble your new friend created is starting to get stuffy. And you know you're going to have to zap out of here there soon. You mentioned casual conversational tone that you've been visiting Alternative for some time now.
Arr, do you like it?
It's certainly unusual.
Heh, that's putting it lightly. I'm sure everyone has been incredibly mean to you.
Okay, what's with the 38s and
Well, that's the emoticons. Because she wears goggles. So it's her, like, it's her horns, her goggles, and then her face.
Alright. That's busted.
Mhm.
Well, yes, to start off with, at least.
The sea dwellers think they're so much beta than everyone else. But they're just a bunch of selfish, arrogant bassholes. Have you figured out her other quirk?
Fish.
Yes. The high bloods prey on the low bloods, and no one cares how the other people feel, or even if they live or die. Drones fly around krilling at everyone weak or useless.
I don't even have to read it and I hate it.
Uh-huh.
Oh, well, she seems to know. She's got plans of her own. Phase 2 of your plan is half in the bag already. You feel dizzy suddenly at how your quest is working out without the least effort on your past. And also from lack of oxygen. You're gasping for breath and the darkness is gathering at the edges of your vision. In about a minute, you're going to pass out from oxygen deprivation. What's to be done? Save!
Save.
Oh, you're back.
Save.
I'm
Let's...
still here.
Oh, which
Just
should...
been quiet.
Got it. Which should we go with? Back to the surface where you can breathe, or stick around and test out this whole you can't die hypothesis?
I am curious about the second one.
Same.
You're fading fast. A black tunnel's closing around you. The sounds are getting dim. Your regular fingers are trying to gasp out an entreaty. That's that word.
Are you okay, Blub?
For a reply, you clutch your throat to fall heavily to the floor and lose consciousness. Oh, I think this was a good one.
Yep.
You gradually regain consciousness, and as you do, you realize that air is going through your lungs. Fresh, oxygenized air. The most beautiful thing you've ever felt. You realize also that you're in a
Palatial.
palatial, though messy bedroom, and while you see underwater realms outside the windows, the room itself is dewatered. The fresh air seems to be coming from a large conch shell sitting on the floor nearby and humming quietly like an air purifier. You're swooned on a chase lounge, and Feffrey Pisces is fanning you with a large palm frond.
So I guess one could say that just then you were unconscious.
You know she's going to make that pun.
I am almost certain. I'm beating her to it, though.
Are you alright, Blub? Why didn't you tell me you couldn't breathe? You scared the Piscine out of me.
You struggle upright and try to smile bravely. You apologize for scaring her, but observe that one of the symptoms of not being able to breathe is not being able to talk. You think you're
Effusively.
saving you. Words are hard.
Yeah,
It's true.
this This visual novel sure seem to like to use 8-letter words. 1 3-letter word would suffice. That's an empress's duty. Instead of encouraging people to be mean and hurt each other, she should do whatever she can do to help them.
A tear comes to your eye and a lump to your throat when she says that. If she really means it, you have a couple of suggestions.
Of course I mean it. I'm glubbed at how abyssal things have been around here. When I'm Empress, things are gonna be different.
You respectfully wonder how long it'll be before she becomes Empress.
Only a couple of thousand more sweeps.
Oh, cool! But what happens to everyone else turning in the meantime? Pfeffery looks momentarily thoughtful.
I don't know. I haven't thought that far out yet. I guess I'm not equal to my big ideas.
And what if, when she becomes Empress, she feels differently? How does she know her imperious
Condescension.
condescension? That's a word I know, it's just a hard one.
It's
I didn't feel the same way as Pfeffery does now when she was her age. What if there's something that makes a dull Empress evil, something they can't control? What if Pfeffery grows up to be socially liberal but fiscally conservative?
fucking libertarians.
Libertarians, gosh damn it.
What a horrible thought.
You have to strike while the iron is hot. Never leave till tomorrow what you can do today. What? I just breathed in saliva into the wrong pipe. What the fuck?
Oh no.
Just staying in character.
Arr.
Arr.
Ascension time saves 9. Procrastination is the thief of time. I'm gonna talk like Onyx now. The longest journey starts with a single step. It's no use crying over spilled milk. You hope Pfeffery has been convinced because you're running out of cliches.
You're talking like who?
Onyx, the Imperial or something like that. He's a joke guy. Don't worry about it.
Wait, from what?
He does like there's some YouTube videos and I think he has a TikTok now.
Okay.
He just like makes like just like videos where he plays his like super nerdy like Satanist dude.
Okay.
Oh, the I don't know.
Yeah, that,
Satan is
I
pretty
don't know.
cool.
He's pretty cool. I don't know. That guy, yeah, Onyx. Love that dude.
Okay. Arr.
Ferris still looks uncertain.
Everything you say is plumb and true. But rebelling against the Empress, it would be so dangerous. I'm not even sure it would be right. It might cause
Glib Galib.
Glib Galib to make a vast glub. That would destroy everyone, you know.
Oh, club. You mean gulp? You didn't realize that. You're not sure what the vast glub is, but it sounds bad.
Oh, it is. Before we do anything, we need more guidance and advice. As Eris, I have a special metaphysical periscope, you know.
You didn't know that. It sounds made up, but a little metaphysical advice certainly might come in handy at a time like this. Without further delay, the heiress goes to an ornate, jewel-encrusted tube that rises from the floor of her palatial bedroom. It seems to extend into the underwater depths, though air pressure seems to be keeping the water from flowing through it into the room. She yells into the tube, louder than you would have thought someone so agreeable-looking could yell.
Arr.
there's a swishing, gurgling sound,
Oh,
and
shit.
something extends up through the tube into the room. Something pale and featureless, as elusive but unmistakably a tentacle.
With eyes and barnacles.
A tentacle with a bulbous eye on the end of it. And you dive behind a luxurious sofa. You'd rather that the Eris's Lucis didn't see how plump and tasty you look. But almost immediately, the eye settles itself on top of the tube and hardens into something that looks like a very large crystal ball.
Oh, whoa.
Shapes move and change inside this crystal ball, and resolve themselves into a scene you recognize. You realize with a shock. You come out from behind the sofa and approach the crystal ball, staring into it. In its depths, a dark place appears, and in the dark place, a carnival carousel rotates. Wooden horses going up and down, and above them, naked plastic mannequins with plastic wings hang from wires. The Dark Carnival, jumping Jehoshaphat. Is that where Fefri gets her metaphysical advice? The scene grows clearer and closer, zooming in on one of the courses and on the figure riding it. Your heart begins to beat wildly. It can't be, but
It's the
Huh?
good boy. The good wholesome lad. Wholesome clown boy.
Honk!
suddenly you're dancing around the room with joy. You grab Fefri and whirl her with you as you dance. At first she gasps in surprise, but then she gets into the spirits, grins, and begins to whirl too. Her strength is such that she spins you like a fan blade, your blood all going to your legs, and when she lets you go, you hit the wall like a bullet and ooze down to the floor.
Ow.
But as you recover consciousness, your joy is barely containable. You never thought to see that sweet, sweet fellow again, but now here he is, and evidently he's come up in the world because he's communicating exclusively with a royal fuchsia blood princess. You're so proud your heart feels about to explode.
Arr, my friend Glub here. They have a plan.
Well, you wouldn't go that far.
Arr, I'm just not sure what to do. Honk, 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 honk. Arr, just hold on.
Fefri adjusts some control on the bejeweled tube. They must be translation controls because in mid-sentence, Karako's remarks change from semantic honks into conventional language forms. And when they do, you realize that this isn't the same Karako you knew way back when.
Honk, honk. What you ask is not simple, little one. To truly know the answer, you must learn that there is much more to your story than meets the eye. You must expand your vision to see the big picture, and the even bigger picture of which that picture is only a pixel. Arr, I know that. This isn't the usual glob shit. Not a silly quadrant glob shit for wigglers. Arr. Arr, I need some real answers here.
You study Karako. He's obviously the same troll, but the changes in him are equally obvious. His eyes are deep as well, his face grave and kind.
That, yes, because when I look at that face, what I think of is grave.
Obviously.
Either he's done a lot of reading and undergone a lot of life experience since you last saw him, or else he's becomes the honking mouthpiece of some vast mystical wisdom type entity, which offers metaphysical advice to princesses. Perhaps whatever person or process sustains the Dark Carnival? But how did Karako get that job? You wave madly at Karako as he and the heirs talk, but either he doesn't see you or he no longer knows you. Or he thinks imparting serious metaphysical advice is too solemn an occasion for waving like a maniac. Either way, he ignores you and keeps talking.
Oh shit. I guess I'll voice Krako.
Okay, go for it.
All three of us will have a roll. Let's see. What voice should I give him?
Does a troll who paddles an ore vessel down a rushing river control her own fate, or does the river control her? The answer is, of course, both. The river has its force, but within that, the troll can move her boat where she will. You are the heiress, and thus the fate that sweeps you along is vast and swift and powerful. But also, your arms are strong, and your ore vessel stout. Do not despair of your own strength. Yet there is more. We see by the mystic means that the rushing river you navigate is itself being swept along by an unimaginably vast rushing cosmic river, and that the planet which that vast cosmic river traverses is itself being swept along an even infinitely greater super cosmic river.
Okay, so what Karaka was saying is that none of our choices ever matter, ever.
There are many such metaphorical cosmic meta river levels in this particular instantation of the story. Thus, even if you row with utmost power to change your course on the river you are navigating, the river you can see, the other meta rivers continue to sweep you on as before, without regard for any tiny adjustments you may make down at your level. Yet do not despair. You may yet, through long and deep meditation, transcend the bounds of this small world, rising higher and higher so that you're able to see and comprehend and transcend those vast and meta-vast cosmic river levels one by one. And what you can see, you can learn how to navigate using meta-vessels and meta-ores fashioned from meta-cosmic star stuff. Yet also, remain humble. Above the creator of this world is yet another creator, and above him is yet another creator even greater than him, and above her, yet another creator.
Oh, they're referring to the different races creating new universes.
Oh, yeah.
And so...
Or, like, even in a more literal sense, the authors, potentially.
Well, I mean, if they're talking about creators creating creators creating creators creating creators, like, the author is only, like, one.
True.
These vast powers move all things like pieces on a chessboard, yet if the chess pieces grow wise enough, they may move the movers. The powers that move in these universes upon universes are unimaginably large, and as yet you are unimaginably small, yet nonetheless, for that you, in your smallness and your small world, are indispensable, like a key piece at the bottom of an infinitely tall Jenga tower. Knowing these things, do you wish to undertake the great work of awakening and enlightening that will bear you into the full light of reality? It is a work of millions of mantras, thousands of sweeps, and hundreds of lives.
Oh, Karaka's apparently a Buddhist.
Or knowing these things, do you instead choose to ply your vessel in the waters of your own world, remaining the person life has made you? Remaining a key yet unknowing piece in the towering stack of universes, influencing your own destiny on your corporeal river, swept to destinations beyond your understanding in fulfillment of the larger story? Either choice is noble, little one. Your only duty and burden is to choose the one that seems best to you.
Jeffrey turns to you. It's clear. Yeah, I'm sure that was, clear is what the word I'd use.
Yep, really, really understandable.
Yep, I totally didn't just completely disassociate there. It's clear that both the courses described by the wise one speaking through Karako hold attraction for her, and that she's on a razor's edge between them. The merest word from you will be enough to lead her in one direction or the other. Which way do you choose to lead her? To the save button.
Which path do we wish to lead her?
Oh, remember how I said that there's 2 endings for this?
Oh,
Oh.
yeah?
I'm guessing these are the 2 endings.
Ah.
So, do we turn her into the Buddha, or do we turn her into someone who changes? You know what? I don't feel comfortable saying that this is Buddhism, because that has negative connotations if you think of the other path as actually doing something. But this is still a very Zen way of thinking. Anyways, I say we go with the top one first.
Okay.
Well chosen, little one. Step forward and tell your cheese-like companion to step forward too.
She's like,
A friend to share your transcendental journey is a blessing, and they seem a noble and loyal cheese, though perhaps a bit overexcitable.
You and Febri step forward, and Karaku's hand comes right out with the crystal ball, dividing in 2, and taps each of you on the forehead. At the tap, you feel a powerful fire course up your spine into your chakras, and the roaring flames obliterate all the world. When the flames subside, a resonant silence reigns. You and Fefri are seated in full lotus position on either side of a fresh air conch, cozy in a bubble floating deep through the vast oceans of Alternia, where you can never be found by anyone until you emerge fully enlightened and with the power of gods many yugas hence.
oh, okay, no, they were legitimately going for Buddhism. Huh. Huh. Oh, whoops! They gave me the wrong achievement.
Did they?
They gave me,
that's weird.
Seek action of accomplishment. Whoops.
Well chosen, little one. Step forward and tell your marshmallow-like companion to step forward too. A helpmate to share in your worldly efforts is a blessing, and they seem a noble and loyal marshmallow, though a bit manic in the hand-waving department.
You and Fefri step forward, and Karaku's hand comes right out of the crystal ball, divides in 2, and makes gestures of blessing over your heads. You immediately feel strength and courage coursing through you, and as the Lucis tentacle turns back into the eye and with draws from the tube, you turn to look into Fefri's sparkling eyes, and you see what she is feeling, that she is feeling the same intrepid energy.
Yay! I think a good portion of that was glub shit, but it's still, I've lost my pirate accent because that was really hurting Joe's voice.
That's fair.
He has an really good point somewhere in there. We can't just be canoes, we have to be fish. Even if at the end of the day we are just little minnows, we'll be whales to someone.
You start to grab for her. There it is. You start to grab her for a dance, but recalling your previous experience, quickly turn the gesture into an offered high five, which she slaps, breaking several bones in your hand. What shall we do? You ask her. What's our plan? You feel the ability to accomplish any plan fairly overflowing from you. You'll have to introduce her to Terezi and Briska to start off with, at least.
Yes, yes. But first I need some time to think. I'm so excited. I'm sure the purpose of your visit was to reveal the whale of a destiny that awaits us.
Porpoise.
But we need to consider our next move. Will you come back and visit me again soon after some tides have passed? Then we can compare notes. Yay! This is gonna be fun!
Yay!
How's it? All right, cool.
There's definitely at least one more ending. Because we haven't gotten a bad ending yet.
Oh, those are the
Oh.
two main endings.
Yeah, there's still... Zap out.
Oh, is that? Yep. You're fading fast. A black tunnel is closing around you. The sounds are getting dim. With your next to last strength, you grab Pestertquest and zap her back to the surface with you. You're not yet done persuading her to reform Alternia. But then you realize that you don't even know if she could breathe air. You feel it would be wrong to suffocate your new friend on your very first visit, so with your last strength, you look over her wrist and zap yourself back to the surface alone. You materialize superhumanly and superluminally back to the forest. You lie in the tall razor glass. Razor glass.
Grass.
Razor glass. Yes, razor glass.
Okay. Razor.
Razor.
Grass.
Grass. Razor grass. Okay. For a while, gasping, darkness receding from your eyes. Sounds clearing in your ears. Once you feel sufficiently reoxygenated, you sit up. You have a pounding headache, but otherwise you seem fine. Yet your emotions are deeply conflicted. Yes, you can breathe. Yes, you're safe. And yes, you realize with deep satisfaction you've made a new friend. But what about your quest to save Alternia? Pfeffery seems to be aware of the problems of her kingdom. Is she perhaps just waiting on the right ally, or Eli, as she might call it? You prepare to immediately zap back to finish the job. But you hesitate. What if you zap back into that bubble and merely continue to suffocate? Or what if she's already collapsed the bubble and you materialize in the water again? What if she's not there to rescue you, or is so annoyed at your rudely abrupt departure and she decides to just leave you to your own devices? What if her Lucis notices you thrashing in the water and snatches you with its ultra tentacles for a plaything or a horse?
Hors d'oeuvre.
What?
Hors d'oeuvre.
Hors d'oeuvre.
Hors d'oeuvre?
Hors d'oeuvre.
Hors d'oeuvre.
I don't know. I don't know why I was pronouncing that wrong.
Is it okay?
It's French. It's all wrong.
Remember that the French word for bird is oiseau, and it's spelled with a completely different set of vowels. Also, I believe hors d'oeuvre should in fact be pronounced horse divorce.
Horse d'oeuvre. Horse d'oeuvre. Not that you can drown, suffocate, or die of mastication, but can you really not? It felt like you were drowning and suffocating quite efficiently there only a few minutes ago. You hesitate some more. Even if you can't die, the real torment of drowning and suffocating felt quite real. How long might such torment go on even if you didn't die? Would an eternity of suffocating or drowning be all that pleasant even if you kept on living? What about an eternity of being chewed and passing through a giant Lucis's digestive tract? You realize that you can't bring yourself to zap back to the Eris. You cursed your weakness, but given the choice between death and eternal torment, you realize that with elated humility that your choice would be neither. Even if there's a chance you could save Alternia. You stand up sadly and begin walking back through the forest.
Come on, game.
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 Come
Game.
on.
There we go.
Come on.
Oh.
Make a friend but fail a life. Me too.
No. Says the lady who's has a recorded album out.
True.
I want to make an album.
It's a lot of fun.
Heck yeah.
I love writing music.
Okay, I think that's it, right?
I believe so.
That was the only save state besides the the ending choice.
Now, here's the real question. Do we go for 3?
I have not had dinner.
Okay.
Neither have I.
Me either. And it has been about 2 hours.
Heck yeah.
Not including.
I am
Yeah.
excited for next volume though, because Jake is going to be a lot of fun.
Yep,
Jacques.
we've got 2, maybe 3 weeks of this left.
Oh.
Just depends on how ridiculous the final volume is. Because if we look at if you look at
Not counting the volume 3 Redux.
oh, add another one because there's Dirk and then there's also Director's Cut, Slice the Reality. Who knows? True ending. So there's so this is
Yeah.
1 week,
Final volume's
2
gonna be long,
weeks,
from what I understand.
3 weeks. We have to redo these for 4 weeks.
We'll see how long it takes.
It's gonna be a while, but we're getting there. We're on the final. We're on the final line of achievements.
Home stretch, baby.
We're in the home stretch of the
Patrol.
home. Oh shit!
Yeah.
We might have to finish. Okay. Anyways, this is something we're talking about later. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye.
Later.